So guys, many of you know that my darling girlfriend, sitting here, Charlotte, is a vegan. How long have you been vegan, Charlotte, now?
Nearly a year and a half.
And you were vegetarian for how long before that?
Oh, like 20 years.
Yeah, so she's pretty hardcore. And that has influenced me to just be more aware of some of the ethical perspectives, mostly of veganism. And so I have been looking at ways to make myself be more along the kind of vegetarian to vegan spectrum. I don't see myself going completely there anytime soon, but one way you can is protein powder. So one of the issues with plant protein powders or plant-based protein powders is they lack amino acids. Like certain plant proteins have like high of some but nothing of others, and likewise the other way around. So you can combine them to get a complete protein source. And that's something that has been studied with pea protein and rice protein, where if you get the right ratio of each, where basically you have lots of pea and a little bit of rice to make up the difference, it can pretty much look like whey protein. And there's one company that has a protein powder called Awesome Supplements, which I am now trying, which has that. And the reason I chose them is their website, and I might put up some clips of the website here, is just very clear in that they have like the amino acid profile there, they have all their ingredients there, and they reference Examine to kind of the research they use to produce such supplements, which you guys know how much I like Examine. So one of the issues with plant-based protein powders is they don't taste great, and they're a bit, well, in the words of what they even say on here, what do they say? They say on here, let's be honest, most people are worried about trying another plant-based protein powder because so many taste of weakly flavored mud water, not awesome vegan protein, rich in flavor, smooth in texture. And they said they're changing the standard. So I'll be the judge of that because I'm very much used to some very good tasting. As you know, I've tasted lots of whey protein on here and kind of dairy-based proteins. So let's try it. It does smell good. And the flavor I've gone for, what's this? Chocolate salted caramel. So before I try it, I'm going to give it to Charlotte to try.
It does smell good.
That shaker looks so big on you.
I think it's alright actually. I think it's pretty good.
You actually think it's alright? Oh, that's good.
I mean, it doesn't taste exactly like a chocolate milkshake, but
Nesquik was in the advert, wasn't
I
it?
think having tasted other protein shakes, it's still got a little bit of an like earthy little bit to it, but I don't think it's, I've tried other vegan protein powders and this is definitely better than any of the ones I've tried.
So now it's my turn. I'm going to be upfront. I've already tried this. I tried it yesterday. So my reaction here is not a first time reaction. I was just too lazy to record my first time reaction. But I can tell you my first time reaction, and I can tell you my now second time reaction, because sometimes, and I have had this, protein powders grow on you. I remember I had the Oreo based protein powder in a what's it called? In a vlog, and I reviewed that, and the first time I had it I was like, but then it really grew on me and I started really liking it. So hopefully, or maybe that will happen with this, I may have really liked it the first time. And it actually has. So that, my memory of trying it the first time was, it was quite gritty, kind of a bit bitty, which is what you get with plant-based protein powders. That didn't seem as bad this time round. Don't know why, it just didn't seem as bad having that sip there. I'll have a few more sips. And I remember it being overwhelmingly salty. And that didn't seem as bad that time either. It actually seemed a bit sweeter. So yeah, I'm glad that has actually grown on me a little bit. I had just the impression of trying it yesterday and I was like, oh man, I'm not sure I can deal with this. But that seemed better, so I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna try it a few more times because yeah, I could make this replace one of my typical animal product meals or protein sources, and yeah, that could be decent. So it probably helps that Charlotte actually didn't seem to hate it, which I expected her to be like, oh, that's bad. So the fact that she doesn't hate it maybe gave me, like, I don't know, rubbed off on me thinking I would enjoy it more. So I actually did enjoy that more. There is a lot of salt in this though. Per 100 grams, I think there's over like nearly 4 grams of salt. Whereas in whey protein powder, typically there's less than like half a gram per 100 grams. So it's very salty. So that's something, I mean, to be aware of. Probably just means you're gonna be a bit more thirsty after it and you're gonna have to make up for that through drinking a little bit more. But yeah, there's no like problem having that much salt necessarily. I imagine they need it for the flavoring. There's a lot of cocoa powder in this one specifically, again, for flavoring and texture. So they are trying to combat like the downsides of plant-based proteins in terms of palatability and things like that, which I do appreciate. This will be the last time I'm talking about this. I want to be really honest with you because I realize a lot of people watch these and maybe I influence you in your decision making, and so you might go purchase this based off my review and Charlotte reviewing it there a little bit, and you might be, I don't know, disappointed, because I'll be very honest, when I tried it the first time, like I said, I didn't enjoy it. And as I'm having it here now, it isn't amazing, but it's also challenging because I'm comparing it against like the creme de la creme of whey protein powders or protein powders, of which vegan protein powders have only been around a short period of time. I think they're probably still working on nailing down, making it super palatable. When you think about the vegetarian vegan products that have been out and on the market, like they've improved heaps. So I think at the moment, really I should be comparing this against like if I tried some of the old protein powders and things. But I think I saw an advert saying like it tastes like Nesquik. It doesn't taste anything like Nesquik. It's nowhere near as palatable as Nesquik. It is a little bit gritty. This is quite salty for me. It's salted caramel, of course. And yeah, I can't say like I would necessarily, at this stage of my diet, I'm not looking forward to drinking this, but it's not like something I can't drink. And I think, give it credit that it's a plant-based protein powder, but I think they've got a bit of a way to go to match some of the nicest tasting protein powders out there at the moment. And if you're more worried about the taste of your protein shake, and you're buying this hoping it might taste the same as like the nicest tasting protein shake, don't get it, because you'll be horribly disappointed. But if you're interested in trying something that is different, plant-based, and you want to give it a shot, and like you don't want to have something terribly horrible and it meets the amino acid profiles and things like this, if you're interested in that, which is where I'm coming from, then I'd give it a shot. And yeah, let me know how you get on with it, because other people might enjoy it. Everyone has different tastes, or enjoy it more than me as such. So guys, on with the rest of the vlog. I said I would do an update on how the weighted vest has been going. So I've now been wearing the weighted vest. So I'm not wearing it now, and I'll explain why I'm not wearing it now. But I have been kind of experimenting with this since Monday. Monday I wore it the entire day. I stood the entire day up until we had dinner, which was 8 p.m. So it was like 2 hours. I wasn't standing, but I still wore it the entire day. I realized that that maybe was a bit gung-ho, and that I didn't need to do it then from the get-go. First of all, I'm not used to standing all day anyway, and secondly, I'm not used to wearing this all day, so it made sense that actually to taper myself in, and also that way I can taper it up and get the benefits from it, because the benefits we certainly know are true is that it's going to keep your NEAT up, and it's going to keep your totally daily energy expenditure up as well. The gravitostat kind of benefits with the pressure, the weight on your bones for the osteocytes, as if it's kind of acting as a signal for hunger and things like this. That's lesser known, and therefore I don't think it's worth investing into that fully. And I don't think I need to kind of stress myself out by trying to achieve that from the get-go. So the next day I then wore it until 6 p.m. and I took it off after that, sat down after that. And then I realized, hey, I should just do kind of almost the minimum right now versus trying to do much more than that. So what I decided to do is basically wear it half the day. So I wear it from waking up, so 7 a.m. I'm standing all the way through until 3 p.m. and then from 3 p.m. I take it off and I sit for the rest of my day. And that's basically half my that's half my day totally at about 3 p.m. I don't wear it, as you'll see within my training, I don't wear it when I train. Just doesn't make any sense. I don't think you need to. It's also not a huge amount of time anyway. So yeah, that's basically where I am with it. I got my traps very achy. They have been very achy, worse yesterday. I think as I'm tapering it down, as I'm getting used to it and adapting to it as well, they're getting better. And then as kind of weight loss potentially slows down, rather than having to chop calories or increase steps or introduce cardio, what I can do is just start tapering up the use of wearing this, because it adds up. Standing burns more calories than sitting, and then if you stand with more weight on you, that will burn further more calories. And in addition, there's some steps for my PM session where I'm not wearing this for my PM session, so there is quite a big number of steps that I'm also not getting whilst wearing it. So I'll be able to just wear the vest versus having to reduce food or increase other activity or something, which is pretty cool. And then once I've lost about 5 kilos, I'll think about transitioning because this is a 5 kilo vest, I'll think about transitioning to my 10 kilo vest, and then I'll taper that as well. So I might wear that for the morning or half my day till 3, and then the rest of the day I'll wear the 5 kilo one. At the end of the day, I don't want this to cause a huge amount of stress or strain on me, so I have to balance it with that too, because prep in itself is stressful enough. So this should be additive and beneficial versus causing me any problems like that. That's where I'm at with it. I'm going to chuck you to a clip it's from Dragon Ball Super. Sorry, a lot of people don't enjoy Super as much. Z is the best. Have to give Z the credit that it's best. I still enjoy Super, but I just digest anything, just like I keep up with all the new Star Wars Disney as well. I just, despite not liking it, I also can't help myself to watch it. So yeah, you enjoy this scene with Piccolo and his weighted vest. This is how I feel when I take it off to train.
Got a present for you. Huh? What was that about, freak? Don't worry, I didn't forget you. That takes a load off.
So you're going to see some of my training in the background here, and I'm doing many exercises that I was doing before my last mesocycle, but I've had a deload, as you know, active recovery, and part of that is to resensitize. Now, I don't think I've resensitized as much as I maybe would have expected, or as much as I would typically get if I was doing a primer phase or a lower volume phase that's longer. I don't think that's necessarily a problem, but it's definitely something that I've been thinking about this week, where I have been auto-regulating my MEV based off kind of pump disruption within the session, which is what you might call the kind of ghetto MRV from Dr. Mike and Dr. James Hoffman from RP. And so I haven't had as lower numbers as I might have expected totally across the board, particularly for upper body. Lower body's actually been very responsive, which has been very interesting. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at here. My split is something I wanted to talk to you guys about, was something that I'm experimenting with here. Is my first day is actually just an upper day. So I train both back and chest. I go then into a lower body session, then I go into a pull, then a push, and then I go into another lower, and then I go into a pull again. So I'm training my chest twice a week. My back is trained 3 times a week. I always like training my back 3 times a week. That tends to be the frequency that works best for me, kind of when I am training for hypertrophy. Maybe even higher than 3, but I haven't really ever experimented higher than 3. I've had 2 for a long time. My back just recovers faster. It requires more volume than my chest. So yeah, that's the split I'm running right now, which obviously if you're on the member site, you'll be able to see my entire program. You can look up the split and see how things are going. So yeah, this is just some of my training. My body weight, it was funny. I was like 172.5 or something with my first, 192.5 with my first weigh-in. I then hit 193. I think I was 193 again. Then I dropped down to 192, and then I've seen a new low today. I think it was 191. So I'm expecting to be in the 180s very soon, guys. So expect me to have a very different looking physique very soon, and I'm excited to show you that. So guys, I think that's where we'll call it with this vlog. So some interesting stuff going on this week, mostly with the weighted vest, getting used to that, getting back into the gym, which has been really cool. And then also the vegan protein. If you try that, it comes with the warning that it's not going to taste as good as your typical whey protein, but it does have all the markers and kind of the profile that you would want in a good vegan protein powder. So guys, I'll leave that there. I'll leave you, love you. See you in the next one. Take care, and as always, comments, questions, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Love you for it. I'll see you in the next one.